Welcome to the Holy Roller, where it's all about playing craps, earning free cruises, and a whole lot more. Thanks for watching. Now let's get rolling. All right, today we have a system for you called 3RX. We've done this before, but I'm going to be practicing my rolling while I do 3RX. Total light side play, by the way, and we're gonna go ahead and do it. And so let me set it up for you. 3RX is going to have $42 on the 6 and 8, by the way, and that each will pay 50 for one, by the way, so $49. All right, and then we're going to do a $25 filled, so we will win 25 or 24 on every roll, except for the 5 or the 7. Okay, so with all that being said, let's go ahead and roll it out. We're gonna have our bets working on the come out, because people say that, you know, the 7 has the same odds of coming whether the puck is on or off, and the dice don't know if the puck is on or off. But you might say, yeah, but there's a 1 out of 6 chance that it'll be a 7. I like to say that there is a 5 out of 6 chance that it won't be. So let's see if that's true right now. Here we go. We're rolling, and it is a 5. And it would be a 5, just to let the dice mock me that hard that, yeah, it's not a 7, but it's also not a winner for you. So there you go. We lost $25. Let's keep track of our losses over here. We're going to go ahead and put another 25 in the field, and we're going to be rolling. So let's see what happens here. And it is a 9. A 9 is a filled winner. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to move our 25 back over here, and we're going to count that as even. So we're kind of like at the start over point. Here we go. Let's roll it and see what happens. And it is, sorry, I can't see. It is a 5. It's a winner 5. And there goes our $25 out of the field again. And this is how it works. All right. So 25 down. We're not going to be working this time. We'll let a point be established. Let's see what happens. And it is a 7. Good thing we weren't working, right? And so I'm just kind of grabbing them and throwing them right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to practice, since I'm on this cruise, I'm actually going to practice my come out roll. And so I'm going to slow down just a little bit, but we are going to get my 1, 2, 3, 1. I want a 4, 3, 10, or 11 on the come out. Let's see if we can get one. And that is an 8. See? Try to get it outside. And then you get it inside. And then you try to get it inside, then you get it outside. But we are on the 8. We're going to go ahead and we're down 25. We're keeping track, all right? Now I'm going to do the 8, 6-8 set. So it is the 4-2, the 4-2, 4-6, all right? So it has 6s and 8s all the way around. Let's see if we can get the dice to react very similar and get a 6 or an 8, but we'll see. There's a 12 midnight, better than all of it, right? It's a 6, 6, midnight, 12. Double in the bubble. All right, so double in the bubble. We get our 25 back, then we're up 25, okay? So now, up here at the top rack, we'll keep our up money. So we know we're up 25 after that roll, so that's great. Let's see if we can get another one. Same set. See if we can get another winner, okay? Now, normally, we would just get the 5, plug that hole right away. But I'm hoping that it's a 6 or an 8 right now, you know? So the 5 wouldn't even matter, you know? Let's see. And it's a 7 out. Crap. Oh my goodness. See, the dice have that way of messing with you like that. Okay, so if we're gonna keep what we're down, we have to take this and we'll put it over. So we're down this amount right here. So, which is 42 and 42, 84 action. So we're down $84. So I'm gonna just put it right there just to keep track of it. And we're gonna go ahead and go back up with the 3RX, okay? So 84 on the inside, of course, the 6 and the 8. And then we're gonna do a $25 field. And now we have to try to win this money back. But what is 3RX? 3RX is really trying to get 2 hits. Technically, we could have took the 2 hits when we got that double in the bubble, and we could have went 44 inside, or we could have just, you know, went down, regressed, you know, get out of the hand. Now, I like to think of each shooter as their own, but you also always want to think about where you're at overall. So I kind of try to keep track of it. That's why I have my dice tracker. I have my dice tracker to keep track of like where I'm at after each shooter. Even though I don't treat each shooter like I treat them individual rather than a bulk, but you do want to know where you are after at least 10 shooters. Have you got your dice tracker yet? Make sure to get one of these. Go to holyroller.com or check the link in the description. This is able to track not only your bankroll, but your points towards a free cruise, among other things. So make sure to grab one of these. Now let's get back to it. So let's go ahead and be working on this one, okay? And we'll have another come out roll, and we'll see if I could get that 3, 4, 11, or 10 or 11. Let's see. And this is the 8 again. It looks like that set, at least with these dice on this table with this bounce, is giving me an 8 on that set, and I don't mind. But that is 1 for 50. So what we'll do is we'll bring back 20. It's $24. So let's bring back 24. 24. All right, and bring it back over here. Mainly, this is how I track it. So I know I'm $60 down right now, plus the money I have out there, by the way. All right, so the point is 8. Let's see if we can get this. I should just keep that same set if it keeps giving me 8s. But now I'm on that 6-8 set. See if I can get some 6s and 8s out of it. There's an 8. Got it. All right, so there's the 8. Winner 8. And again, puck goes off. We throw in $1. And we're going to get 50 for 1. And so you see I have this here. I guess it's hard to keep track of the ones. But we technically, we got 2 hits. And we can go down. We can regress. But I see this money here, you know, I still have this $35 that I'm trying to win back, you know, so greed kicks in and I try to get my money back. All right, let's not be working. So I'm gonna pull up the field. We won't be working on this come out, but we are trying to get that. This is that come out set that I use. It is a 1, 2, 3, 1. It has a 4, an 11, a 10, and a 3. I really try to get that 3 to pop up. If you know that I shoot from the don't often, or if I'm shooting from the pass line, which I guess I could, let's say I'm shooting, I would do a $10 horn high ace deuce, which would pay $54. So I usually try to get an ace deuce on the come out. That's the winner for me. You know, 7-11, forget it. No, it's all about the ace deuce. That's what I try to get. And it is a 10. We did get the 10 on the end, and 10 was part of that set that we were rolling. So as you could see, it is part of that set. All right, so we did get 10 on the end. That would have been a field win. All right, let's get in the field. So here we are, 3RX. And so I'm trying to win this back, although I technically am out of the hand on this one. So let's see what happens. And it is a 9. 9, that's a field win. And again, remember we talked about plugging with the 5. Whenever you have the field, plug the 5 so that the 5 is, you know, use your winnings to build. Use the field to build. Always use the field to build. Think about it like that. All right, so now we have an extra 25 out there, but it came from them, not from our rack. We are $10 down. But let's see if we can get that 10 to hit, or a 6 or an 8, or field. Field is our big money, basically, $25 versus 24. We'd win $10 if it's a 5. So let's see what we could roll here. Total light side, by the way, and it's a 3, craps 3. So we got the 3, we got the filled, we got the $25, which puts this over here. So we're actually $15 up, by the way. So one thing I could do right now is, because I got my 2 hits, I would go down. So basically, you just go down and you basically say we have 2 hits, right? So now you can go 44 inside. You can even go a smaller version of 30 and 30 and then put $10 in the field. So this is technically could be 3RX as well, but just at a lower level. We just like to get that quarter. So now we'd use the field to build and we'd collect the 6 and 8. So that's kind of what our plan is. So it's always good to know what you're gonna do one step ahead. So I know if the 6 and 8 hit, I'm gonna do same bet. If the field hits, I'm gonna get a 5. Okay, so let's see what happens. Here we go. And it is a 6. So always knowing what you're gonna do, I know that I'm gonna do same bet. Okay, so what that means is they're gonna give me $35. I'm gonna say same bet. I'm gonna leave my bets the same. I'm gonna leave that 10 in the field. I'm gonna rack $25. Okay, so with all of that, what's my next move? So I could do the same move. I could continue to do the same move. If the field hits, I get a 5. If a 6 and 8 hit, I collect and put the field back. So that's the move. That's the move that I'm doing. So I think a lot of times people need to know that, especially if you're in spot 1. So whenever the dice roll, they're gonna pay this person, then they're gonna pay this person, then they're gonna pay this person. And so know what you wanna do when it comes to you. And if you're in the first spot, you are first to say same bet or press or whatever. So let's see what we could get here with this throw. And it is a yo 11. So I'm liking these rolls, okay? So that is a yo 11. The field pays. What do? We know we're getting a 5. 5, please. So they put us up on the 5. Okay, here we go. Now what's our move? So a field, we will press the 5 1 unit. If it's a field, we'll press the 5 1 unit. If it's a 5, we'll press the 5 1 unit. If it's a 6 or 8, we'll do same bet and we'll return the field. We could, if it's a 6 or 8, make the 5 look like 25. So it depends. I think that's what I'll do. So if it's a 6 or 8, 5 looks like 25. If it's a field, press the 5 1 unit. If it's a 5, press the 5 1 unit. That's what we're gonna do. All right, here we go. And if it's a field, we're gonna press the 5 1 unit, right? Did I say that? I think I said that. All right, let's see what happens. It is an 8. Make the 5 look like 25. So right when, because you know what's happening, so that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna go like this. They're gonna pay 35, make the 5 look like 25. Then you're gonna put 10 back in the field and you're gonna bring 10 back to your rack, okay? Now, what's your next move? You can, from here, sometimes you might see me put $12 in the field. I'll put $2 on the top. And the reason why is because I want my 8 to look like 42. So sometimes I'll do that. Sometimes I'll make my 8 look like 42 from the field. Always use the field to build, okay? So let's see. And so if that's the move, that if the field hits, I get the 8 to 42, then the other move would be, if it is a 5, 6, or 8, then I'm gonna make my 6 and 8 look like 42 each, because now I'm working on trying to get these to 42. So watch what happens. If it's a 5, 6, or 8, 6 and 8 look like 42 each. If it's a field, 8 looks like 42. All right, here we go. So knowing what your next move is important. Okay, so I'm just kind of walking you through my moves. All right, here we go. And it is a 9. 8 looks like 42, right? So what they're gonna do is they're gonna pay the field with $12, and I'm gonna say 8 looks like 42. So the 8 goes to 42, and I'm leaving that there because the next move is to get the 6 to 42, okay? So here we go, let's see what happens. See if I can get the field to hit again. But if the 8 hits, that's okay too. If the 8 hits, I will make the 5 look like 35 and the 6 look like 42. If the 6 hits, then the 5 looks like 35. Actually, 5, 6, or 8, the 5 looks like 35, the 6 looks like 42. If that hits, same thing. If this hits, 6 looks like 42. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. And there is the 7 out, the 7 out. All right, so we were out of the hand. We did collect some. We were pressing, creating opportunity. Some people would say, why don't you press, then collect, then press, then collect, then press, then collect. If I'm out of the hand, I'm trying to press but collect along the way. So I did bring some back along the way, and so that's something to think about whenever you do that. All right, let's try it one more time, and then we'll be done with the video, okay? So we got one more time at it. Now, remember when I was saying that we did 3RX at like a lower level when it was 30 and 10 right here? The idea is that you'd only play with 2 hits, you know, so this one would be a minimum of $10 or $20 that you can play with. So really, you can only get 2 of the numbers on the outside numbers. You couldn't even get a 6 and 8 with 2 hits, unless it was one of those, obviously. So that's one way, but you can also, and so we did 42, 42, and 25. You can also do, like, the next level would be 60 and 60, right? Watch this. 60 and 60 pays 70, right? And then this would pay, I mean, if you did 50, that would be like almost like the same ratio, but you would only win $20 if it's a 6 or 8. So you're really leaning into the field on this one. And so I've done this sometimes as well. But, you know, it depends. If you're going to do, you know, like I said, 70 and 50, that's 20 is the difference. You could do, like, not totally, you could do $40. So $40 or $30. You would win $30 or $40. So that's something to think about. Trying to average this out to where you're winning about the same amount of money. So if we did 35 and then 35, I mean, that would be great, right? That's actually the half of 70 is 35. So if you did 35 and you know, so that's 120, 130, 140, 55, $155. So we're playing 3RX at a higher level. Let's see what happens. All light side, by the way. Let's go and let's throw and see if we could get a yo. No, I'm just playing. Let's see. I was just trying to rhyme. All right, let's see if we can get anything, right? Because let's be working. We're working on our come out. Anything but you know what, a 5 or another number that we don't like to talk about. Here we go. And it is an 8. We got it. Oh man, barely reaching that. All right, so an 8 happens, and look, we lose 35, right? But we win a profit of 35. So 3RX, there's 35. Now, if you're playing on a $10 table and you were content with it, you could get a 5, 6, and 8 for 10, 12, and 12 right now after one hit. But 3RX is usually 2 hits. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna do 25 on the 5, and that means the 5 breaks even because it pays 35. So I'm gonna bring 10 back to the rack, by the way. All right, so the point is 8, and let's roll it and see what happens here. Let's see if we can get a 6 or an 8. Actually, a 6 or an 8 or a field, okay? That's where our progress is. Let's see what we could do. And it is an 8. That's a good one. Don't mind back to back when you're light side, right? All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're going to get another. We lose this 35, but we get paid 70, which is a difference of 35. Now we won 35 and 35. If we take everything down, we know that we have $70 profit, and we can, at this point, we can go 66 inside, or we could do the same thing, 30, 30, and 10. And that's what we're gonna do. That was a winner. let's go ahead and be working on the come out. And whenever I roll and whenever I practice roll, I don't really, and whenever I play, a lot of times, just to be honest with you guys, whenever I play, it doesn't matter to me what the point is. I'm just playing. So working, our bets are working, by the way. And it is 9. So I know my next move. What would your next move be? If you've been paying attention, then you know that I'm going to get a $10 5 because I'm a win in the field here. I get a $10 5, and we're still gonna just build like we were. And like I said, I'm just practicing my rolling, by the way, and talking through like a strategy with you, the 3RX strategy. So basically, I like to practice some rolls. Here's a 4. A 4. I don't know why I said 10, probably because the opposite. All right, so sometimes when I see a 4, I think 10 because it's the sister number. We get paid in the field. We're gonna press our 5-1 unit and bring 5 back to our rack, all right? So we're kind of gonna bring money back to our rack as we go. So I always think the 10 comes after the 4 and vice versa. So let's see if this is a 10. Is my hypothesis correct? It is a 5. Half of 10. See how I made that work? I was halfway right. I'm just playing. Okay, so that pays 21, but we lose 10. So the difference is $11, okay? So if we make that look like 25 and put the 10 back, we bring $1 back to our rack. So now the 5 looks like 25. See how we're using the field to build? All right, here we go. Let's continue our rolls, continue our practice here, and see what happens. Oh, sorry. I don't even know what the point was. 4? I think the point was 4. Sorry. I told you I didn't care about that. All right, here we go. And it is 12 midnight. 12 midnight. All right. So one thing I would do, I forgot to put the 12 here. Remember, that was the move. Remember, the move was to put the 12 here. Then we would have had the 6 and 8 to 42 each. Man. All right, but it is double in the bubble. So what we'll do is we'll throw in $4 and we'll say, make my 6 and 8 look like 42 each. All right, remember when we collected 5 just a second ago? Now we threw in 4, okay? So there we go. All right, here we go. We're still rolling. We're still in it. We're still in it to win it. Let's see if we can get a 6 or 8 now is the big, 6 or 8 is the jackpot for us. Let's see if we can get one of those. Nope, it's a 7 out. It is a 7 out. All right, well, that's me practicing. That's me kind of showing you the 3RX and how to use the field to build and kind of get out of the hand as fast as possible. And so I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I hope to see you cruising and rolling on a craps table soon. See ya!